Alright y'all, so last night I watched Blonde on Netflix and here's my official review. Going into this movie from the vibes that we got in the trailer, I was expecting this to be a biopic. On Marilyn Monroe's life, I was expecting to learn more about her story because I really don't know that much about her. To my surprise, when I started this movie, I realized it was the complete opposite. This movie is based around a fictional novel around Marilyn Monroe's life. I'm going to express that when you watch this movie, although they don't have an official warning, viewer discretion should be advised. For the heavy, explicit subject matter that is covered in this movie, there should be a trigger warning. If SA, the loss of a child, or toxic and dysfunctional relationships with your parents trigger you, viewer discretion is advised. Now I want to express that on a technical level, this movie is a masterpiece. I mean, this movie was beautifully shot. The cinematography was like watching art. And it kept changing from black and white to color, but that aspect of the movie never took you out of it. And Ana de Armas did her thing in this movie. Oh no, this is something I usually don't say, but this was an Oscar-worthy performance. Like, give her all the awards. I will say this 100%, Ana de Armas' performance is one of the only things that kept me watching. If Ana de Armas didn't have the ability to captivate the audience that she does, I don't know if I would have continued watching this. Now I said that the cinematography of this movie was like a masterpiece, but the story in this movie was literally like an acid trip. I don't know how else to describe it. It was just crazy, incoherent storyline for 2 hours and 40 minutes. I don't know what acid actually feels like, but I feel like this movie is a great representation. The only point of substance, the only thing that I actually liked in the story, the fact that they handled Marilyn Monroe and Norma Jean like they're two different people. I thought that was deep. But that deepness is lost on you because this movie portrays Marilyn Monroe completely from the male gaze. It felt like that every single part of Marilyn Monroe's story in this movie was handled from the perspective of a misogynist. I mean, this movie had so many unnecessary explicit scenes in it, it could give Euphoria Season 2 a run for its money. Apart from this amazing performance, this movie made Marilyn Monroe look one-dimensional. And it felt exploitive to her as a person to the greatest degree. In closing, this movie is the greatest example of how some things just don't need to be handled from the male gaze. I feel like we need a true-to-life Marilyn Monroe biopic because I learned nothing about her from this movie. I will say, I wanted to see her slay in the outfits and she slayed in the outfits.